Hi, this is Keith Townsend, and you're listening to episode 17 of VirtualizedGeek's Tech Talks. Mixed a couple of weeks. I'm traveling to the West Coast back and forth, and I'm really having a hard time getting the timing right. And plus, I've had really poor internet connection, so I could probably make a video, but uploading it has been quite difficult. So in the past couple of weeks, kind of the focus for the VirtualizedGeek and technologies in general has been SDN. I watched a really interesting video that I posted to the blog that was given at Stanford a few weeks ago, now going on a couple of months, on basically the basics of SDN, the state of SDN, where is SDN now versus where SDN was going to go. Thanks to Lenny for providing the link. I've watched the first 14 minutes of the video a couple of times just to continue to get my arms around I think the final concepts or the maturing concepts of SDN, and where kind of the industry leaders and the thought leaders are taking or trying to guide the technology. And the gist of it is pretty much what we've always said. So you have kind of the open flow network operating system portion of SDN, determining where packets go or what packets should go, and whether or not they should be filtered or routed and so forth. And then there's kind of the network topology architecture. How does that spread across different network devices across your network? So basically abstracting the control plane, those two parts of the control plane, understanding where packets go, and understanding the topology of the network. So you can think about replacing ACLs and forwarding lists and all that with open flow type technologies, and then taking your Dystra or Open OSPF or whatever your networking protocol is, and having that run on a server and distributed across all your network devices, physical network devices. What was pretty interesting and pretty exciting was to listen to the speaker talk about how the killer app for SDN is actually network virtualization. So I've talked about network virtualization a couple of times on the blog, specifically about the difference between SDN and network virtualization. So taking it one step further and allowing you to virtualize the actual components of your network, that physical layer, virtualizing that physical layer and abstracting the hardware. So taking away I think the common term is now NFV, network function something or another, network virtualization function, or network function virtualization, however the acronym goes. The ideal is to take physical devices, abstract that the underlying infrastructure into a virtualized device. So you have many ports connected at a physical layer. Those ports are assigned to virtual devices such as router switches, what the speaker talked as middle boxes, so firewalls, load balancers, or whatever it may be. So you can take those logical devices, associate those physical ports with them, and now they can become any type of port needed on your network. That allows you to do some quite amazing things with networking. I'm actually writing a blog post on kind of the preamble, exploring a little bit of the preamble of why SDN is even needed, or even if it's needed at all. One topic that I thought was pretty interesting was the ideal that networking to this point, pre-SDN, is just a big bag of protocols. So we're not really teaching. When you teach someone networking, you're not teaching them a methodology, or a some type of structured or layered technology, but you're actually just teaching protocols. So how OSPF works, how does STP work, how does all these various routing protocols work, versus how do you take those routing protocols, extract them from the physical hardware, and then allow that to be delivered via a layered approach, and now you have this network operating system sitting above the devices that may use these protocols to determine the shortest route or convergence or what have you, but it's no longer associated with those physical devices. So now, just like the other part of the networking that's really well written, the data plane, which is layered, which with the 7 layers that can be independently programmed to or written to, you now have that at the control plane layer, and network virtualization will enable that type of technology to take hold and encourage enterprises to be more accepting of network virtualization and SDN combined. So that's the SDN piece. There's really not a whole lot more going on. I've been pretty quiet, if you noticed, just getting used to a new project, doing a really large data center migration. Pretty exciting work, but it's kept me busy. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more continuous on posting the blog post this week. I actually hope to get another one in this week and get caught up, at least week-wise, versus the number of posts. So thanks for listening to episode 17 of Virtualized Geeks Tech Talks. We'll talk to you again later on this week. Thanks.